Jennifer is the laziest, messiest, skank-ass bitch who's only made 4 episodes of The Glow Up Project in 3 years. Do not trust her. She is a failure and a fugly slut. Ah! What the Someone had written the meanest, nastiest book about me, and it was about to change my life. It was the start of a new year and just another Saturday morning as a 25-year-old girl. They say a consistent morning routine is key to success, and I'd say mine was pretty consistent.
I was next in line for the throne. I mean, Philip, you can barely read. Oh my god, my noodles.
Hey! Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so busy right now. Oh, that's okay, I'm already eating. Salad?
A Grammy! Ah, it's just such an honor.
Oh my god, my noodles.
Outside her mind, she overthinks the hypotheticals. And why did she say the
Hey! Who are you? You're probably wondering what this is. Alright, enough of the white boy of the month. I am here to tell you the truth. I wrote a breakup song about a chair. And it was a bop! That was once a week. Bitch. That's not even true. Oh, y'all are working on some outdated info. I got my license 5 years ago. Oh my god, someone had time on their hands. Jennifer is the laziest, messiest, who's only made 4 episodes of the project in 3 years. She is a failure and a fugly slut. Ah! What the It's true, I haven't been the most consistent with this series, and I started this at the beginning of 2021 with an ambitious goal to turn my entire life around in 1 year. A lofty and vague aspiration we all know a little too well. Turns out it gets a little harder when you want to turn that journey into a well-produced video series with an original soundtrack of songs, with each song correlating to the topic of that episode. Like, girl, how about we tackle the depression and develop some organizational skills before we try to win an Oscar? It was kind of doomed from the start. I tend to make these super ambitious goals that inevitably leave me disappointed in myself, but at the same time, I need big goals to motivate myself. But it hasn't all been bad news. Since that original first episode, I'm proud to say that I've grown a lot. I take better care of my physical health and exercise. I have a better work-life balance. I put myself out there and say yes to things my social anxiety would have never let me do. And I'm definitely not the same sad, lost girl I was back then. But I'm still not exactly where I want to be. In my previous episodes on room cleaning, fixing my sleep schedule, and tackling my love life, I've learned a lot about myself, but growth isn't always linear, and some of the good habits have just fallen off. My sleep schedule is still a mess, I can't keep my apartment clean to save my life, and apparently I'm a self-sabotager who can't get into a relationship, is unlovable, and will die alone. I mean, technically, it's not my fault that the last guy I was seeing, I found out had a girlfriend, but what does it mean that I keep attracting toxic airplane pilots, or that I end up with guys who I think I can fix, or that I only like people until they like me back? Well, it probably means it's time for some big changes. Look, whoever wrote these words was the nastiest, skank-ass bitch of all time. But some of the stuff they did say was unfortunately true. The difference is, I'm not gonna let them be right about me anymore. Keith Urban era? In the past. I'm about to have the best glow up of all time. I'm gonna look so hot and— oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, in 2 months when my bangs grow out and I learn how to style them, I'm gonna look so hot and sexy. But in the meantime, I'm not gonna let this stop me. I'm gonna prove to myself that I can change and that I can become the best version of myself yet.
Welcome back, shoppers. Today's special is buy one get one free on mental breakdowns, overthinking, and scrolling on your phone.
So I'm saying goodbye and a big thank you to the bum book, because without it, I wouldn't be able to transform something negative into a positive. So say hello to the new and improved Glow Up Project. Okay, great. We have a cute vision board, but I've done this before and it hasn't worked. Why? Well, I need to dig a little bit deeper. Chapter 1, Reflect. What are the specific habits or aspects of my life that I want to eliminate? What's negatively impacting my life and sucking unnecessary energy? Writing down the specifics will help you narrow down what you need to focus on, but honestly, this has always been the easy part, to pick myself apart and self-flagellate for habits that I can't keep up. But I've realized maybe that's actually part of the issue. Maybe I also need to reflect on the positives too. What do I love about myself, and what am I grateful for?
Love myself, that's not good, girl. That's not good. There has to be something.
Sometimes you can get so stuck on seeing yourself in a certain light and are so hard on yourself that you can't see your good qualities and the amazing blessings that you already have in your life. I've noticed that this type of self-critical mindset sticks with me even when I've achieved my goals, and so I never get to truly appreciate how far I've come in my life. So do some positive reflection. It'll help you see that maybe you're doing better than you thought, and that a couple years ago you actually dreamed of being where you are now. Your positivity will allow you to attract even more good things into your life and let you appreciate the journey even more. And whenever you're feeling stuck along your journey, you can always come back to this page and remind yourself of the great things that you are and already have. Chapter 2, Visualize. This is the fun part. Here's where you get to dream big. Who do you want to be? What does your ideal self look like, act like, feel like? Where do you live? Some people need realistic goals, and others like me need giant, outlandish goals. So whatever works for you, shoot for the stars. Chapter 3, Don't wish for it, work for it. So here okay, so the next step is, so here's where I tend to get a little tripped up, right? I have all these grand plans, these big motivations, lavish dreams. I imagine who I'm gonna be, this whole brand new person, but how am I gonna do it? I mean, I don't have a plan. I just cut up some pictures and put it in a book. I mean, anyone could do that. How can I make it my reality? First of all, I need to grow out these bangs. A lot of the times when we're imagining our dream life, we just imagine the end result. How perfect it'll be, how perfect it'll look, how perfect it'll feel, but we don't think about the journey. All the obstacles you're gonna face, all the hardships, the stress, the blood, sweat, and tears. It might be a little dramatic, but so oftentimes when we face these hurdles, we're like, oh no, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I expected, and then we just give up. I mean, it's not meant to be easy. If it was easy, all of us would be living our dream right away. But that's just what makes it so much more satisfying, is that you work hard for it, and then in the end, it pays off. Well, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping to find out this year. This is me gaslighting myself into believing that this is gonna happen. Just stick with me here, okay? This year, instead of just leaving this next chapter empty, I'm gonna fill it out. I need some motivation, and I need to make a plan. The thing about motivation though, is that you can't depend on it. So you might have a lot of it at the beginning of a new year, but you quickly lose steam and you find that you're right back where you started, which is why I've tried to restart this series every single new year. Motivation alone won't last you long term because it is so mentally draining to have to convince yourself every single step of the way, every single day to do something that you clearly don't want to do and that you're not used to doing. So then how do we actually achieve our goals? By building habits. Habits are things you don't even have to think about. They're like muscle memory. It's like so second nature that you don't have to use any brain power to do them. Imagine if it was just second nature to go to the gym every day, to clean your house for 15 minutes every day, to do your Duolingo every day. It would be so much easier, right? Okay, so how do we get there? Start small. Break your goals up into the tiniest actionable items possible. And when I say small, so small. I think a big mistake that I always make is going from 0 to 100 right away. I mean, of course I'm gonna fail. I'll take the hardest workout class even though I haven't moved in like months. I'll try to wake up at 5 a.m. even though I've been consistently waking up at 12 noon every day. I remember one time I tried to learn this like really intense K-pop dance when I can't even do like shake it up dances. I mean, like, of course I'm gonna give up because I'm like, this is way too hard, but it's because I don't have the building blocks to get there. It might work for some people to go the extreme route from 0 to 100 right away, or it might just last a couple days and then you fall off. I found that for me, time and time again, year after year, that going extreme does not work for me. It's okay to have big dreams and big ambitions. I personally love to have gigantic dreams to reach towards, to look forward to, but in the beginning it's way too mentally exhausting to jump in so quickly and try to build habits right away that are so extreme and that I've never even done before. Realistically, it's gonna take time to get used to, specifically 30 days. That's how long it takes to build a habit. So be patient with yourself. You have to remember that it's a marathon, not a sprint. I think nowadays it's so easy to want things right away, to want instant gratification. I mean, with our phones, with social media, everything is like right now, right now, right now. But when you're building habits, it doesn't work that way. And these are things you want to keep up for your whole entire life to live a healthy life. So be patient with yourself. It's okay to mess up and try again. You have time. For example, if you live a super sedentary life like I used to like a year ago, start by taking like literally a 5-10 minute walk. Start so small. So once you do it, you're like, oh, that was so easy. I can definitely do that again. You want that sort of motivation that's like, oh, that wasn't that hard. Like I can definitely do it again. I want to do it again. If you push yourself too hard in the beginning, you're kind of deterred by it because you're like, oh, it's so hard. Like I don't want to feel like that again. And we don't want that feeling. I think once you've gotten the ball rolling, you're a little more used to that feeling that you can take a little more of that hardship and the obstacle that you can still keep going. If you're trying to learn how to cook, don't go for the expert meal right away. Start with something that's like literally 3 ingredients. You'll find that it's pretty easy. And then maybe the next day you can try something with a couple more ingredients that takes a little bit more time. So when I say start small, I really mean start small. Nothing is too embarrassingly small, okay? As long as it gets your foot in the door, you're there. Any amount of effort in the right direction is still improvement. Next, plan out your tiered morning and night routines. Ideal, realistic, and a minimum. minimal routine.
The reality is you're not gonna have the same level of energy and motivation every single day. So it's unrealistic to expect yourself to have to follow through with the most ideal routine, because some days you might have an extra long day at work and come home really tired, or you might wake up on your period. But having these different tiers of routines helps you stay on track and disciplined without feeling like you're failing if you miss a step or just giving up completely. So maybe on your high energy days you can gua sha along with your whole skincare routine and a full face of makeup. Maybe on an average day you can just do your basic skincare and basic makeup, and then on very low energy days you can just do skincare and no makeup or just a little bit of concealer. So do some brainstorming on what your ideal routine would look like, and then also think about what's realistic for you. What have you been doing on a daily basis that you can keep up? And then just test out your routines. Remember that this is not set in stone. All your goals and ambitions can change. So whatever works for you, you can tweak your routine, and whatever you think you really like, then you can add to your routine.
So we now know that the journey is going to be pretty difficult, but doesn't mean we can't try to make it a little more enjoyable. I know for most of us it's actually really easy to be motivated when you actually want to do the thing that you're passionate about, when it's enjoyable. So I have a couple tips on how to make the process a little more enjoyable. Okay. At the beginning especially, you kind of need to gaslight yourself into thinking that you enjoy the task that you're doing by rewarding yourself. So for example, say you work out 3 days in a row, then you maybe get a facial, or even something as small as, oh, you did the dishes in 20 minutes, then you get 5 minutes of social media time. This way you trick your brain into thinking you actually enjoy the task that you're doing. And eventually it doesn't need the actual reward to get you motivated, it'll become a habit. My God, my arms are weak. Nobody come for my form. Actually, somebody come for my form. Is my form correct? Somebody please tell me if my form is incorrect. What? Oh my God. See, now I reward myself with a pat on the back. Not my favorite type of reward, but it's something, you know? The next tip is to make everything aesthetically pleasing. Where would I be without my cute workout sets? Not here, not doing ab exercises. Oh my God. I mean, I'm barely doing the ab exercises. I typically don't like to spend money where I don't need to, but to me, wearing a cute workout set gets me to the gym. It makes me feel good about going to a workout class, about me looking good, feeling good about my body, and just like feeling good vibes in general. I mean, if that's gonna get me to exercise, I say it's a worthy investment. If you don't like doing the dishes, maybe get some cute dishes so that you actually are motivated to clean them, so that you get to use the clean dishes. If you have a messy room, maybe decorate it in a really cute way so that you will be motivated to keep it clean, to look forward to a nice place to look at the end. Or just add ribbons to anything. To weights, to the cover of the book that you don't want to start reading. I support the plan to coquettify everything. Oh, that's enough abs. Here's the thing. If you've already made the plan, you're already halfway there. The hardest part is starting. Starting the plan and then starting the action. But here's the thing about starting the action. Once you've started, the motivation grows. I noticed that whenever I just start, I'm like, wait, this is not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. And then I just want to keep going. But I tell myself in the beginning, oh, I just need to do 5 minutes of this. And then I end up just continuing. And that's the beauty of it. You just need to start. I find that most of my motivation actually comes from doing the thing I'm supposed to do. Once I've gotten the ball rolling, it's a lot easier to continue. But I don't want to continue these squats. But I'm already here. See, I'm already like at the gym doing it. So it's a lot easier to continue. And soon you've started so many times that you're like, wait, I can totally do this. I don't need to force myself to do it anymore. I'm just used to doing it. And soon a 5-minute walk turns into a mile run every day. A 2-minute cleaning session turns into a sparkling apartment every single night. It's also so much easier to be motivated and have self-discipline when your body and mind are healthy and fed with rest and the right kind of nutrients. Do you ever notice that at night when you're super exhausted that you gravitate towards junk food more or just grab your phone more so you can mindlessly scroll? It's probably because your brain is so tired and doesn't have the right nutrients to help you suppress your urges and function properly to have self-control like you would when you're well rested. So you need to feel your body and help it out so that it can help you achieve your goals, which is why it's all interconnected. When you work on one aspect of your life, another will improve. When you work on the other aspect, something else will improve. It all weaves together to create the fabric of your dream life. Oh my god. I have so many goals and ambitions for this year, and for the first time in a long time, I actually feel capable of taking them on. So this year, I'm going to document my process of growth and glowing up, and I hope you'll join me. From clearing up my skin, to getting better sleep, to working out, to cooking healthy recipes, to living outside of my head and in the real world, to making new friends, and to finding love. We're gonna do it all this year. So this year, I'm taking control of my life. I'm not gonna let anybody else control it for me, especially whoever wrote that bum book. Girl, you know who you are. And I'm gonna be the author of my own story, because this is just the beginning of my book. The ending is up to me.